Hello everybody, Beatle Dave calling to you from Derbyshire in the United Kingdom on a very wet Sunday afternoon. Just try and get this right. I'll apologise now because I'm having to do this on my phone again because my laptop has given up the ghost just lately. So today I thought we'd have a look at the Beatles Magical Mystery Tour. For those of you that don't know, the Magical Mystery Tour film was premiered on the BBC, and it was actually on BBC Two on Boxing Day in 1967, and it was shown in black and white, although the film was actually made in colour, which seems a bit strange, doesn't it? In the UK, we got it on a double EP, so we never really had an LP of the album till 1976, I think it was. Now, the double EP in the UK actually got to number 2 in the UK singles charts, and it was actually kept off the number 1 spot by the Beatles' Hello Goodbye, believe it or not. So the Beatles actually stopped themselves from being number 1 with this EP. So as I say, in the UK, this is how we got it, a double EP, which was a gatefold. Excuse me one sec. So there you have the little introduction. You have the who's in the film. Made in England by the Beatles, Magical Mystery Tour, book edited by Tony Barrow. Additional help for Apple, Neil Aspel and Mal Evans. Photographs John Kelly. And it is copyright 1967 by Nems Enterprises, it says there. Don't know if you can see this. A colour film for television, it says there as well. Which to the BBC, didn't see that, didn't it? So basically, I think in America, when you got the LP, this booklet was just basically blown up a little bit, wasn't it? So that you get the cartoons and you get stills from the film. You also get the words to the songs. So you get Magical Mystery Tour, The Fool on the Hill, Blue Jay Way, and Your Mother Should Know. And then the classic, I Am the Walrus. The only thing is that photo there is probably the best photo out of the booklet, and unfortunately they've stapled the lyrics onto it. More photos and cartoons. I think we're supposed to be in like a strip joint there, watching, a stripper. Whatever it is, John and George look like they're enjoying it anyway. Some eating fish and chips. That's them as the wizards or the magicians. In some parts it says the wizards, in other parts it says the magicians, doesn't it? That's actually John there, dressed up as a waiter. That's the video thing for Blue Jay Way. That's like one of the scenes from the end of the film. I'm not quite, I think they didn't Ringo win a race driving the bus or something to get that, if I remember rightly. And then that is basically everybody that was in the film. So on record 1, bear in mind it is 2 records, isn't it? So it says, Apple presents the Beatles in songs and music from a colour television film called The Magical Mystery Tour. Record 1, side 1, Magical Mystery Tour. And then that's followed by Your Mother Should Know. Side 2 is I'm the Walrus, No You're Not, said Little Nicole, it says in brackets. So record 2, side 1, you've got The Fool on the Hill, and then that's followed by the instrumental Flying. Then side 2 is Blue Jay Way, which of course is written by George Harrison. Produced by Big George Martin. EMI Records, The Gramophone Co. Limited, Haynes, Middlesex, England. Printed and made by Gerhard and Lofthouse Limited. Made and printed in Great Britain. So this is how we got it in the UK. This is a mono one. You could actually get it in stereo as well, but the mono was MMT1, Magical Mystery Tour 1, and if it was the stereo, it was SMMT1. The only thing that although it was a double EP, you'd think they'd come out the side there, but you actually have to get them out of here. So I do it very carefully because they're quite delicate, these. So this is record 1 side 1. Sold in the UK, subject and all that lot. The gramophone code text around the edge and made in Great Britain. That is side 1. And then that is side 2, is just basically I'm the Walrus. Could you? I think that is the original sleeve it came in. It's like actually quite wavy. I don't know if you can see that. Now, when this was re-released in the 70s and the 80s, you got black sleeves with it, but originals do come in white sleeves. Also, I've been told. So this is sides 3 and sides 4. Again, exactly the same. So on that one you've got The Fool on the Hill and Flying. And then on side 4 you've got George Harrison's Blue Jay Way. I think you see that it's more wavy into there. Again, this is what they call a push out centre, which actually meant that you could actually push that out and put it onto jukebox. They did come in solid centres as well. So that is how we got it in the UK. And like I say, at the time, the critics didn't particularly like the film, but everybody liked, well, virtually everybody liked the music that was to the film. So that's how we got it in the UK. And like I say, it did get to number 2 in the UK singles charts, being held off by Hello Goodbye Stroke I'm the Walrus by the Beatles. So the Beatles kept themselves off number 1, or kept themselves off number 2, or whatever way. Nice thick spine as well. They're actually worth quite a bit of money for the original ones. Now in America you didn't get the EP because EPs weren't that popular, were they, in America? So from excuse me one sec. So from 1967, this is how you got it. It's an LP. Again, very similar like cover, isn't it? It's just you've got a bit of extra like yellow because it's been blown up, hasn't it? And it was actually say includes 24-page full colour picture book. But because it was an LP, you got all the songs from the film on side 1. Then on side 2, you basically got the Beatles' greatest hits of 1967, because you got Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Baby You're a Rich Man, and All You Need Is Love. I think this is actually a later pressing. I think this might actually be on Apple because originally it came out on Capitol, didn't it? So that is the spine. That is the front cover. That is the back cover. So, you know, basically it is basically just a blown up edition of the EP covers. This has actually still got the booklet with it. I'm not sure if it's still yeah. See, the thing you have to watch with this is, in America, the booklet was actually stapled into the gatefold sleeve, but then some of it was actually like stuck with glue as well. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually starting to come away. Just there, and then there. So I'm going to have to be very careful with this. Again, it is just basically what's on the EP is side 1. Away in the sky, beyond the clouds, live 4 or 5 magicians. By casting wonderful spells, they turn the most ordinary coach trip into a magical mystery tour. If you let yourself go, the magicians will take you away to marvellous places. Maybe you've been on a magical mystery tour without even realising it. Are you ready to go? Splendid. The story begins on page 7 or page 8. So, like I say, so on side 1 you get all the songs from the film. Again, it says Apple presents the Beatles and songs and music from a colour television film called Magical Mystery Tour. Side 1, Magical Mystery Tour. The Fool on the Hill, Flying, Blue Jay Way, Your Mother Should Know, and I'm the Walrus. plus these other selections. So on side 2 you get Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Baby or Rich Man, and then All You Need Is Love. You can see that. And that is just like the front of the booklet. I'm not going to show you everything in the booklet because I mean some of these pages are starting to come out now anyway. And because we looked at the booklet in the EP, I don't really want to risk getting these out. I mean, it's going to be hard now because to get, see what I mean, it's stuck there, stuck with the glue there. So to actually see the words to the songs, you have to force it. But you do only get the words to the songs that are in the film, so you don't get the words to like I Am the Walrus. Well, you do get the words to I Am the Walrus, to like Penny Lane and stuff like that. And this is actually a later pressing, so this one is on Apple, where originally it would have been on Capitol. So I think that means this is from the late 60s or early 70s. And it's stereo, so it's SMAL 2835. But I think, if I remember rightly, it isn't true stereo on this, which I will come into in a bit. So that is side 1, the labels for side 1. And then that is side 2. Which I actually think the American Apple labels sometimes looked a little bit better than the British ones in a lot of ways. The way I say it's supposed to be stereo, if I've done my research right, side 2, it's all in mock stereo. I think that's right, and I think the only one where it was like a genuine stereo was the German version from around 1971. The later repressings, you know, in the 80s and the 90s, then they were stereo. They have the stereo masters. So again, that, you know, really, really nice heavyweight record. And I think for once, I think America got the better deal on this one. I know a lot of people will criticise, was it Dave Dexter who was head of Capitol at the time? Because he used to like butcher the Beatles LPs, didn't he? That's why the Beatles did that butcher cover for Yesterday and Today. But I think this actually made more sense in one way to do it like this than it did to do it on the 2 EPs. But basically you just copied, in America, you copied what the other British Beatles LPs, you know, for soundtrack films, you know, were, where you'd have side 1 would be from the film and then side 2 was other music just by the Beatles, wasn't it? The only difference here is it's, you know, it is music that has already been out. So that's the American version. Yeah, Capitol. Right, so that's the American version. Right, I've also got, which if you actually watched my video from last week or the week before, I've got this version. Yes, it's got sellotape down here because I'll come into that in a minute. So this is on SMAL 2835. So this is exactly the same as the American one. The only thing is the booklet has actually come out of this, so you might be able to see some of the pictures a bit better. Apparently some people say that was to do, that's something to do with the Paul is Dead rumour, that thing there, that if you was or something. The bloke standing next to Paul McCartney there is actually Victor Spaghetti, and he was actually a very famous actor in the UK, but apparently in this film he doesn't really say, like, just going blah, 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 shouting like that all the way through it. But if you look closely, he was actually in A Hard Day's Night, and he was the mad professor in Help as well. The Beatles doing I'm the Walrus, which is probably the highlight of this album, to be honest. No disrespect if you like any of the other songs, but I think you've all seen this booklet before anyway, haven't you? So, but see, this is where America did it right, because that is like one of the classic shot of the Beatles, isn't it? doing I'm the Walrus, but on the EP, you got the lyrics in the centre of that. It's actually in quite nice condition, this. Yeah, so that's the booklet. And then, because I think on the reissue from 2012 or whatever it is, I think they opened this bit up here and you actually got the booklet out of there. So it was, well, that was still a gatefold. The gatefold actually came like that. Which again, is what they would do nowadays. They wouldn't actually staple it in the middle, would they? So you can actually see the words better on there to the songs. Now, if you was watching my video the other week, you know I got a job lot of records from Riverbank Books, and this was in it. So this is actually a South African copy, and although it's in an American sleeve, it does make sense because although it says PCSJ and then in brackets G192, on the opposite side it will say SMAL 2 stroke 2835. So although it's on Parlophone, it's actually the mixes from the American album. So if you can see there, that is the American like catalogue number. That is a catalogue number which is unique to South Africa. There is no equivalent British Beatles album with a number anywhere near that. Again, I have played this, and you know the sound quality on this is really, really nice, and it is on a one box EMI as well. So you know it is a South African copy on Parlophone, but it is of the American mix of the album, if that makes sense. Again, nice heavyweight record. Price wise, I don't know what that's worth, because when I got it, it didn't have the sleeve with it. It didn't have this cover, but I did have a spare cover, believe it or not. So although it was tatty, I've had to like tape it down there. So the cover's not in the best of shape. The booklet's nice, apart from it's come unattached from the actual record, and the record is in really, really nice condition. So I'd say a rough estimate for that one would be around 40 quid, maybe 50 on a good day. The American one, the one that we just looked at that's on Apple, I'd say that's roughly worth about £35. And then in 1976, we actually got it in the UK officially. I mean, you could get it like imported from America and Germany and places like that from 1967. So the catalogue number for the British version is PCTC 255, and it is stereo, or so it says. But again, I think side 2 is like fake stereo. That's the spine. That's the front cover, which seems a bit duller. Might not look on there, but this is a lot duller than what's on them two. That is the back. Again, this has actually got the booklet with it, but it is still stapled in, so I'm not going to bother showing you that. Everything else is exactly the same. It just says EMI Records, Parlophone, the Gramophone Co Limited on it, just there. That's the only difference, because of the others would say capital, wouldn't they? So I'm not going to show you that again, because like I say, it is getting quite delicate, and this is actually in really, really nice condition, so I don't really want to spoil it. It comes in the UK, you would have got it in sleeves like this, which is an EMI advertising sleeve. So it will say, important notice, copyright exists in all records issued by EMI Records Limited. Any unauthorised broadcasting, public performance, copying or re-recording of such records in any manner whatsoever will constitute an infringement of such copyright. And then it says EMI Records, EMI House, 20 Manchester Square, London, W1A 1ES, made in Great Britain, patent number 1125555. And it does actually tell you how to look after your records as well on there. And I'll just show you that, because if you're from America, you'd probably think, well, that's a weird sleeve, which it is. But this is how you used to get records in the UK. So it's EMI Records on the outer thing there. It doesn't say the gramophone cone, or it just says EMI Records. And then the Made in Great Britain is actually there now. So it's on 2-box EMI. Like I say, it is supposedly stereo. But I think, if I remember rightly, side 2 is in fake stereo. A few hairs on this, but I mean, it needs dust, this does, to be honest, but it is in really, really nice condition. All songs, copyright Northern Songs Limited. So that is side 1. And then that is side 2. Again, quite, heavyweight record. Not as heavy as the American one, I don't think. But yeah, lovely thing to have. To be honest, these are quite... Although we had to wait years and years and years to get these, to find one in anything like tip-top condition like this is actually quite rare now. I was looking on eBay this morning, and for one of this, which hasn't got the barcode on, so it is an original from 1976, they go for anywhere from like £15 up to like 60. So I would say that is in the topper estimate of that range. That is an original first UK pressing, although it's from 1967. Again, the sound quality is absolutely amazing on it. I think, if I remember rightly, they just used the mixes from the American album for this one, I think. Then later on, in the UK, we've got this version. So again, now we've gone back to like a glossy yellow front. Again, still the same catalogue number. PCTC 255. But this time we get a barcode, and you could also get it on cassette. So the cassette was TCPCTC 255, and you could even get it on CD. So I should imagine this is from the late 80s, maybe even early 90s. So the CD was CDP7 480622, and now you get the Apple logo on here as well. So I think this is probably from the early 90s, and you get the barcode. And you get the book, which is half hanging out, so I'm not going to get it out for you, because it is just the same as everything else we've been seeing. Produced by Big George Martin, and it says on there that this album has been direct metal mastered from a digitally remastered original tape to give the best possible sound quality. So I think this mix has actually been taken from the CD. I think. I could be wrong. Again, it is on a 2-box EMI. It's slightly different, because now you don't get EMI, you just get all rights of the manufacturer there, and then you get Made in England just there on the run-out groove, and it says YEX 360 stroke 2 stroke 1 stroke 1, and then on that one it is YEX 359 stroke 3 stroke 1 stroke 1. So that is side one. So this is a bit of glare off this light. That's side two. Again, really nice sounding record. But I seem to think, although this sounds a little bit crisper than the other UK version, it doesn't actually quite sound as nice, if that makes sense. But I do think that these are the stereo mixers on this one now. But if I remember rightly, I think George Martin actually was when the CDs came out, he did do some proper stereo mixes, didn't he, of some of the things. So that is that one. So that is the later copy of the British one. Again, quite scarce now in the UK, to be honest, because it's got the little Apple logo on it. So that means, you know, when Apple's starting to take, you know, an interest in the Beatles, again, after being defunct for a few years, wasn't it? It defunct from about 1976 to about 1980, late 80s, wasn't it? I think Apple started to, you know, come back into like the Beatles thing. So yeah, and because this has got the barcode on it as well, some collectors will just buy that for that, because it is a slightly different version of the UK version, although it's still the UK version. So again, on eBay this morning I could only find one of these, and it was up for, believe it or not, £85. I'm not saying this is worth £85, but again, this is in really nice condition. Hardly been played, so it's, you know, it is in, I'd say, excellent condition, to be honest. Same as the other UK one. The reason that is because I haven't really played these a lot. You know, because I've got it on the EP, I've got it on an American one, and I've got another American one up there, but I haven't got the cover for that. So that is the one that I would usually use if I'm listening to this as a, you know, I usually use that, or even CD. But that is my main playing copy, to be honest. And now we have this version, which is from 2012, I think. There's Magical Mystery Tour Remastered, the stereo remastered album on heavyweight 180 gram vinyl. Side 1, Magical Mystery Tour, Fall on the Hill, Flying, Blue Jay Way, Your Mother Should Know, I Am the Walrus. Side 2, Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Baby or Rich Man, and All You Need Is Love. This album has been, oh no, it's from 2009 actually. This album has been produced using the 2009 digital remix. That's what it says on that hype sticker. Don't know if you're going to be able to see it properly or not. So again, you get a barcode, which is a completely different barcode to that barcode. EMI there, and then you get Apple there, and then you get www.thebeatles.com on that as well, on that hype sticker. Now, I've saying this, I bought this in the UK because this is actually, this was never really an official Beatles album, was it, in the UK until like 70s, but now it is actually acknowledged and it is part of the British catalogue. But this has the American number, so this says capital 2835 and then stereo. It is in the shrink, but it is a gatefold. And like I say, this now, you see, the book comes out of that side, where before that side was sealed, wasn't it? So it does come out that side. Like I say, I won't show you these because they're exactly the same as the ones we've been looking at. The only difference on this is, to be honest, is this isn't quite as glossy as the ones that are in the originals. That is the only difference I can see. It's still nice to have though, don't get me wrong, you know, it's lovely to have. If you haven't got Magical Mystery Tour and you're looking for it, just make sure that the one that you get has got the booklet with it. Like I say, this is a gatefold, but it is still in the shrink, so I haven't bothered like opening it because I know what it's like on the inside. And then, I mean, I paid £17.99 for this, which seems a bit of a bargain, because if you go in HMV and places like that now, they're about 35 quid, aren't the Beatles albums? So that is side 1. So now it's been made to look like the original American one. which is the one I had, which I can't find for some reason. I don't know where it is. And that is side 2 on the Capital Rainbow labels. So again, it's obviously going to be heavyweight record because it's 180 gram, isn't it? Sound quality on this is dead nice as well. But I seem to think that remember rightly, this is actually from, it's the masters from the CD, isn't it? But I could be wrong. And knowing me, I probably am wrong. Again, I was looking at this on eBay this morning, and the cheapest one I could find, which is the reissue, which this isn't, from 2012 or whatever it is. Yeah, because these came out in 2012, didn't they? Where the CDs came out in 2009. Yeah, so that is why this is the mix from the CD, isn't it? Again, but on this one, you've got nothing on the back, so you've got no catalogue number or anything on the back, just on the spine. Although it is made to look like the American album, I actually think that this was printed in Germany, if I remember rightly as well. Like I say, sound quality is good and everything on it. Yeah, like I say, I did look up for this one on eBay this morning. The only one I could find was 55 quid. So that has actually still got the security thing on there as well. So that's it. That is my little Magical Mystery Tour collection. Not a lot. I've got another one in that box set up there, the Beatles box set, which is on Parlophone, isn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed my video. If you are enjoying my videos, please subscribe if you haven't. And if you haven't subscribed, why aren't you subscribed? You know, the name says Beatle Dave. So 90% of the time it is about the Beatles, but we do feature on other artists from time to time just to keep people interested. As my t-shirt says, Beatle Dave. My missus made me this, which is very similar to that, isn't it? So like I say, I hope you are enjoying my videos. You know, if you've subscribed, thank you very much. If you like my videos, just, you know, leave us a thumbs up. If you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. I will try and get back to them at some point. I can't always guarantee it'll be straight away because with work commitments and stuff like that. Like I say, you know, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. So if you want to subscribe, please do. Because the more subscribers I get, the more videos I can do. Then the more videos I do, the more subscribers I get. So it goes round and round and round like a circle. So like I say, thank you to everybody that is subscribing. Thank you to everybody that is leaving comments and leaving a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, please do. Just hit the subscription button, which should be down there somewhere. And then if you hit the notifications button, then you will get notifications for when I'm doing new videos. I try to do 1 or 2 videos a week. Sometimes it might only be 1, sometimes it could be 3 or 4, just depending on what shifts I'm working. This will be the only video now till next weekend or Friday at the earliest, because as of tomorrow I'm on 4 12-hour shifts again at work, which I can't wait for. So once again, thank you to everybody that is supporting me and my channel. I hope that you like it, and like I say, if you do like it and you're not subscribed, you know, just subscribe. You know, if you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe. It doesn't cost you a penny. So thank you to everybody. I hope you're going to stay safe. If you don't have to go out today in the UK, please don't, because it is getting quite windy here as well as the rain at the minute. So that's going to be it for now. So once again, thank you very much to everybody. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next video, which will probably be Friday or next weekend now. So until then, Beatle Dave from a very, very wet and rainy Derbyshire, saying thank you very much for watching my videos. Thank you.